All right, so you're gearing up for the Google Cloud Professional Data Engineer exam. Yeah, that one. It's got a reputation for being a real beast. But what if? What if you could walk in there feeling totally confident you're going to pass on the first shot? Well, that's exactly what we're going to talk about, how to make that happen. Okay, let's talk about what's on the line. First up, the cash. It's a cool $200 just to book your spot for the exam. That's your entry fee right there.
But look, that $200, that's just the tip of the iceberg. The real cost of failing, oh man, it's so much higher. We're talking about all those hours you poured into studying, that punch to your confidence, and that feeling of your career just hitting a wall. That's the stuff we really want to dodge.
So, this is the big question, right? How in the world do you make sure you pass on your very first try? Is there a secret? A guarantee? Well, let's dig in and figure it out. First off, let's not kid ourselves. This exam is a serious challenge. Google themselves say you should have like 3+ years of experience under your belt, with at least one of those years working hands-on with GCP. So yeah, the bar is set pretty high from the get-go. So how do you close that gap, especially if you don't have that exact experience? Well, the creators of this one prep guide really hit the nail on the head. They said, you know what's missing? Prep stuff that's not just high quality, but also cheap and this is the key, actually feels like the real exam.
And this is their secret weapon. The whole thing was put together by folks who are actually certified. The questions are designed to feel just like what you'll see on test day. And, I love this part, you get detailed explanations for every single answer, not just the right ones. It's affordable, under $10, and it's a mix of AI smarts and real human oversight. All of that together, that's a game changer for your prep.
Okay, but talk is cheap, right? So let's actually put this to the test. We're going to walk through a couple of sample questions just like you'd see them. First up, a problem you'll definitely run into, pipeline orchestration. All right, check this out. Picture this. You've got this multi-step data pipeline. It runs every day. You have a data proc job that has to finish before a Dataflow job can even start. It's kind of like a relay race, you know? The first runner has to pass the baton. So which GCP tool do you use to manage this whole thing? Now, here's where the exam tries to trick you. Your first thought might be, oh, it runs daily? I'll just use a simple scheduler, like cron or a cloud scheduler. But wait a second. Those things are just timers. They fire off a job at a set time, and that's it. They have no idea if the previous job succeeded or failed. What you actually need is an orchestrator. That's Cloud Composer. It's like the conductor of an orchestra, making sure every part comes in at exactly the right time.
So that's the big lesson from this question. You have to know the difference between just scheduling something and truly orchestrating it. The exam is testing if you know that for complex, multi-step jobs with dependencies, Cloud Composer, which is basically Google's managed version of Apache Airflow, is the tool for the job, full stop.
All right, you ready for another one? This next challenge is a classic for any data engineer. It's that constant tug of war between getting your jobs done faster, but also not blowing up the budget. We're talking efficient scaling. So here's the puzzle. You've got a Dataproc cluster job. Goal number 1, make it run faster. Goal number 2, keep the costs as low as possible. And here's the big one. Goal number 3, you absolutely cannot lose any work in progress. So how do you check all 3 of those boxes at the same time? Okay, let's think this through. To get more speed, you need more power, right? So you add more worker nodes to your cluster. Simple enough. Now for cost, you use something called preemptible worker nodes. They're way cheaper, but here's the catch. Google can just take them away at any moment. That's a huge risk. So how do you protect your work? You use the safeguard graceful decommissioning. It's a setting that tells the node, hey, before you get shut down, finish the task you're on. It's brilliant. And that right there, that's the secret sauce for so many of these exam questions. The correct answer is rarely just one thing. It's usually a clever combination of features that perfectly balances those competing demands, in this case, cost and reliability. You have to solve the whole problem. So walking through these questions is great, but the real key is figuring out where you need to focus. How do you find your own personal blind spots? Well, let's look at a way to do just that. Take a look at this. This is a readiness scorecard, right from the guide. It breaks down all the major exam domains: designing systems, building pipelines, operationalizing ML, data governance. Just scan this list right now. Seriously, which one of these makes you go, yep, got that, and which one makes your stomach do a little flip? That's it. That's how you figure out where you need to spend your time. And once you've found those weaker areas, the full guide has you covered with over 300 practice questions. That's a ton of practice.
with scenarios that hit every single one of these domains so you can really hammer away at the topics you need to. But here's the stat that really blew me away. It's not just about the number of questions. It's how close they are to the real thing. People who used this to study said that over 90% of the questions felt just like what they saw on the actual exam. That's not just practice, that's basically a dress rehearsal. So I'll leave you with this final thought. Think back to that scorecard. What's the one area you need to master before you sit for that exam? The one topic that's been nagging at you? Is it ML? Is it security? Whatever it is, that's your starting point. Go after that, and you'll be well on your way to walking in there and absolutely acing it.